So if you want to achieve Daniel Craig's James Bond physique with wide shoulders and narrow waist, this can feel like an unrealistic goal that you have to spend a lot of time at the gym, counting a lot of calories, but I'm here to tell you it's not. For the last year I dedicated myself to calisthenics, and you can use simple push-up variations to achieve something like this. To achieve the goal, I divided the push-ups into 2 steps, basic and advanced. Both levels have the same goal. First, we want to do horizontal pushing, targeting the chest, inner part, and then we want to move over to horizontal pushing that targets the outer part of the chest and the triceps. And finally, to target those broad shoulders, we want to do push-ups that target the lateral part of the deltoid and the upper back's scapular muscle, which will also develop a great posture for you. To achieve the goal, do these push-up workouts 2 to 3 times per week. That will give you 10 to 20 sets of pushing per week. Research has shown that this is the optimal amount of stimulus that you want to give to a major muscle group. The only prerequisite here that I have for you is, before you move from the basic push-ups into the more advanced ones, is that you can do 40 clean push-ups, 10 archer push-ups per side, so that's 20 archer push-ups in total, 15 pike push-ups. Just because it's a prerequisite doesn't mean you can try the advanced push-up exercises before, but I would really recommend that you focus on quality before quantity. Stick to your own level, don't be too ambitious and go to the advanced ones too early. We want to focus on quality before quantity. If you progress too fast, then it's likely you won't reap all the benefits of hypertrophy, as you might burn some calories, but the form might not be as clean. The key to these exercises is that we stimulate muscle growth through hypertrophy training, meaning that we apply enough intensity into the push-ups, breaking down the muscle fiber, but we will also burn fat, as a higher muscle mass will allow you to have a slightly higher basic metabolic rate. So our focus is to develop a high lean muscle mass with dense muscle and a low body fat percentage. So let's start with basic push-ups, horizontal pushing. In the push-ups we are targeting the chest, shoulders and even triceps. As this is one of the most basic upper body exercises, it's really important that you don't neglect it. We want to focus on quality before quantity. Go full range of motion, a tight core, elbows down, the head should be straight in line. Don't allow your hip to fall to the ground, don't stick your ass too high up. Keep your feet together and breathe in on the way down and breathe out on the way up. Don't aim for 100 push-ups to comment below that, hey, this is too easy for you, because there's a high risk that you will do half repetitions, which will allow you to raise your heart rate right and maybe burn some extra calories. But half reps won't break down the muscle fibers, which will of course ultimately lead to developing more muscle mass. So use this mindset to each and every push-up variation here. Just because they are a more advanced version doesn't mean that the same principles wouldn't apply to them. So even though the push-up is a basic exercise, you are actually lifting approximately 70% of your own body weight. So apply intensity here and you will achieve the results that you want. So remember, our goal was to achieve 40 push-ups. This might take you a few weeks or a couple of months. The key is here, for instance, that if you can do 20 push-ups now, maybe you can leave 1 to 3 repetitions in the tank in order to have enough intensity in this exercise. And our goal is here to achieve 40 clean push-ups, and this might take you some weeks or some months. Remember that the cutoff point here was 40 push-ups. And at that stage, the push-ups become too easy. And another reason to keep this cutoff point is that one research showed that firefighters who were able to do over 40 push-ups compared to those who were able to do less than 10% had over a 90% decreased risk of suffering from a heart attack. So next we move over to the archer push-up, where we target more the tricep, the outer part of the chest and somewhat the shoulder. Same principle applies here, that you want to breathe in on the way down, and you also want to make sure that the elbow is sticking in so you don't suffer any internal rotation of the shoulder. If you keep a clean form, the injury risk is low and you will also reap the rewards of hypertrophy. This is also the last horizontal exercise. When you get to 10 archer push-ups each side, so in total 20 archer push-ups, then you reap most of the rewards of hypertrophy in the horizontal training. Then we have the vertical exercise, the pike push-up. Now this will really stimulate your lateral deltoids and the scapular muscles. In this exercise, again, elbows down, breathe in on the way down, use full range of motion, and it's really essential in this one to push your head in between the shoulders, as then you will also get more activation of the scapular muscles, which will help your posture. And then full range of motion as you go close to the ground, you can almost kiss it, so you really get activation of the deltoids. Once you have 15 pike push-ups in lock, and you also check the box on a total of 20 archer push-ups and 40 clean push-ups, it is time to move to the advanced stage. So first here, we want to start with the horizontal basic exercise. Now we're gonna add some explosivity into the push-ups. Now you might see a lot of athletes, for instance MMA fighters, that they use these explosive exercises in order to push them off the ground. This is because it will develop advanced strength, endurance, and speed. And this will really fatigue the muscle fast. So, as remember, we want to focus on the hypertrophy range. You don't want to go past 30 or 40 push-ups, as then we are focusing more on cardiovascular health, and we actually want to make sure that we build large muscles so we get that Daniel Craig physique right. A really nice burner for the chest is isometric hold in the plank, where we then explosively push ourselves up in the push-up. You can try this as an additional exercise to the explosive ones. Then we get to my second most favorite exercise here, the one arm push-up. So again, if you would be spending time at the gym, you would have large dumbbells, and you would say that calisthenics is inferior when you want to develop true strength. But again, think about the push-up where you're pushing 70% of your own body weight. In the one arm push-up, same principle applies on technique, but if you really think about it, I weigh almost 80 kilos. So on one hand, I'm pushing 55 kilos or 120 pounds. That is kind of a lot, because that will for sure develop both strength and hypertrophy. Because if you think about the bench press, if you push 110 kilos or 240 pounds, that's 55 kilos or 120 pounds per hand. So like in the one hand push-up. So I can't do too many of these. This is a really nice stimulus for the outer part of the chest as well as the tricep. Make sure you don't cheat on the form here. I would say that 6 reps per arm is already a lot. The final exercise is the handstand push-up. This is my favorite exercise, as I just learned unassisted handstand push-ups this summer. This really targets the lateral part of the deltoid and the scapular muscles. This is the ultimate recipe for those broad shoulders. Either you can go here assisted against the wall, or you can do unassisted. Both are likely to give you similar rewards. The unassisted one is of course just a bonus, where you will also learn some balance. Okay, so those are the exercises. Do these push-up workouts 2 to 3 times per week. That will give you 10 to 20 sets of pushing per week. As science has shown, that's the optimal amount of stimulus. You want to do the same for the pulling exercises, because those will develop a strong V-shape, the lat muscles. So make sure you check this video on pull-ups as well as on how you get to 20 muscle-ups, and also check this video on how to achieve a low body fat percentage. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.